Well, the weekend was very tough for Arsenal fans. It was 4, then it became 3. Now it's just 2. From a quadruple to a treble, now even a double is not a showbacker anymore. For the second consecutive time, Arsenal missed out on a title, very close to it. This time, maybe it was even a bit worse because it was a lower team, a lower division team. Southampton 7th in the championship. So we can say that between Southampton and Arsenal, there are 27 places. Southampton were at 27 places below Arsenal. So it was a bitter pill to swallow. But then, I'm of the opinion that it could become, how do I put it now? A blessing in disguise. But before we get there, we have Tunde back after a short sabbatical. And it's such a good time to be back because
yes, actually.
yeah,
it's a bad time for us now anyway.
Yeah, but a good time for Tunde to be back. So let's talk about how did you feel on Saturday? I mean, do you feel disappointed? Do you feel scared? Do you feel agitated? Like maybe it's all crumbling down again?
I felt so disappointed because this is a team we used to believe that we have depth, we have a lot of resources at our disposal, and when it's time to show up and deliver, most of the players that we believe will have in those depths are not up to par again. Talk of Ben White, Lewis Kelly, Gabriel Jesus,
Skelly had to be taken off.
I think if I want to list the number of Arsenal players that were a little bit up to standard in that match, Kepa, Gabriel, Mosquera was a little bit shaky, but let me just mention him. Nogard, Dauman. I think we only have 5 players that were playing on that pitch. Gab Jesus, Martinelli, Kai Havertz, Ben White, Skelly. They were nowhere to be found. I'm telling you, they deserved to win the game with at least 4 goals. Southampton.
Yeah.
And Arsenal didn't create a clear-cut chance. There was no clear-cut chance against Southampton. And it's not as if they were blocking. It's not as if they were blocking. Though we had more of the possession, though. But it's not as if they were blocking. And White was no. And this is one of the reasons why I think I'll put a little blame on the coach too. Even though I love the guy.
For what did he do wrong? Consider the fact that there is Champions League.
He overused our starting 11. The likes of Timber, the likes of Ida Theodore Ikampe, the likes of our midfield trio.
Saliba and Gabriel.
So all of these guys have been benched a lot. Like the people that is now using
rusty.
They are match rusty already. They now lose. Ben White was an Arsenal player, was one of the best right back in the world for almost 2 years. One of the best right back there. Ben White now is playing as if he's playing for Middlesbrough. I'm telling you, no serious team can sign Ben White right now. No serious team. Even Manchester United cannot have Ben White in their first 11. That's how degraded and devalued he is right now. Talk of Lewis Kelly. I was telling someone yesterday. Lewis Kelly played at Santiago Bernabeu. He had an excellent performance.
Just last season.
Yes.
Just around this time last season.
And Lewis Kelly now is no height of confidence. I'm telling you, against Southampton, he cannot even carry the ball. One time, he's just doing one touch. Lewis Kelly cannot control, but cannot move the ball. And this is what we know him to be doing. He's a ball carrier. Yes, drive the ball, use his physical strength. He can't even do that again. These guys, some of these guys have that. Arsenal we were now relying on that 16-year-old boy to create magic. Everybody was now giving him the ball, trying for him to create. A 16-year-old boy. Odegaard was on the pitch. Martinelli was on the pitch. Jesus Arsenal need to offer.
I mean, Fahad, why are you laughing? I'm sure that you are elated to see, Tunde, lament like this. Open the book of Lamentations. But then, you think Arsenal is about to bottle again? Do you have that feeling like 2 seasons ago, last season, where it just feels like they're about to bottle?
Well, if you look at the Premier League, 9 points clear at the top. And right now, from where I'm sitting, we've seen them we've seen their backs against the wall at some point this season. Yes. And they've come out strongly. But the 9 points against the wall, are the chasers, are they also consistent enough?
The issue, they lost the Carabao Cup final 2 weeks ago before the international break. This was supposed to be their comeback. This was supposed to be their angry Arsenal. The Arsenal that is angry that they just lost the trophy and want to unleash.
Come back.
So we're expecting an angry team, a team that wants to unleash, a team that we thought would tear Southampton apart based on the fact that they just, lost a title. But then it was a very suppressed Arsenal. It felt like it was even Southampton that was trying to unleash.
Yeah, well, I think Southampton, when it comes to the championship, they've been very good in the championship.
I think they're having 15 games of this.
So that kind of showed that it's not like they were also a pushover. So when it comes to us now, they are 9 points ahead of their closest rivals, Manchester City. But then the thing is, are City also consistent enough to actually close that 9-point gap? I think that's the question we need to be asking. It doesn't look like this City side can also be that consistent enough.
Wait. Are you saying this City side or that City side? Because
the difference between this and that.
The City side
prior to Madrid game.
Prior to Madrid game.
Different from the City we are seeing now.
It's different from this City. This City, that was on the card.
They are desperate.
Because sometimes it takes just maybe a game for a team to bounce back. That Carabao Cup win may have been the small ginger
it's not
that they needed to get their confidence.
I've been saying it here that I pray City won Real Madrid. I pray City, at least City should get to semi-final of the Champions League. It was after that defeat that changed everything. Pep is now utilizing, Pep has been underutilizing the likes of Ryan Cherki and others, but the way he's utilizing Ryan Cherki now.
And I was just thinking that imagine that Pep Guardiola had to think about Bayern Munich on Wednesday.
Yes.
I'm sure he would have made some more changes.
Alan,
Rodri, he would have made some more changes to his team, early kickoff on Saturday against Liverpool.
For me, I just think for Manchester City and Pep Guardiola, I just think if you look at the Arsenal game, it just felt like he has finally found what works for him right now. Because right now he plays Bernardo Silva and Cherki in a team, plays Semenyo and then Doku. Hopefully Doku stays fit, and then Haaland. I think he finally found what works for him. Yeah, I think for a very long time he has been trying a whole lot.
Savinho, Foden,
doesn't work
a lot. O'Reilly in the midfield, Tijani Reinders.
So right now, I think like he has finally found the winning formula. Look at played against Arsenal, he didn't concede. Played against Liverpool, he still didn't concede that game, despite the fact that he used the second goal.
And he's going to play against Chelsea next weekend.
So hopefully,
hopefully we'll not consider.
I just hope that the way the defeat against Real Madrid is about to change the season for Man City. I hope this defeat against Southampton is going to change Arsenal's season.
But let's talk about Arsenal's season quickly. I mean, the Premier League is still very much within their reach. 7 games to go, 5 home games. That's the only thing that is making me feel like, Arsenal will at least this Premier League, because they have 7 games to go. They have 5 out of those 7 games that are home games. So I expect them to at least win 4 out of those 5 home games. But then, even though we're still going to talk about that later, I guess we'll find out when Bournemouth visits the Emirates later this weekend. But quickly, let's talk about the other games. Is Chelsea back? I mean, 7 goals to nothing, tear everybody, players who don't score before scored. I mean, can we begin to say that Rosino is back, Chelsea is back?
If we carry 3 years to play Portsmouth.
but there's just one thing about this Chelsea thing. If Rosino is brave enough to maintain this setup, Chelsea will be fine. Him using a lot of players out of positions has been one of Chelsea's issues. Using Kupama out of position, using Enzo Fernandez out. Must you use everybody? Just half your 11 and use everybody.
This time he used Neto on the left and Estava on the right.
No, at the point of the first half, Estava was on the left. Neto was on the right. Later changed. Yeah. So, and this type of fluidity team usually need. Okay, because you are using 2 left players on the wing. But at times, let them be rotating. So that those fullbacks, your opponent fullbacks, will not know who they are marking. Changing of profiles will be derailing them. Do you understand? And you having a very creative attacking midfielder like Kupama in his normal position. And let's not forget, they do not have a bad striker. João Pedro is one of the best in the league. So I still believe Chelsea has a lot of weapons at their disposal. It's now up to the coach to be brave enough to use it wisely.
Is Arsenal the most foolish manager we have seen in a while? I mean, when I saw the starting 11 against Manchester City, I was telling myself, does this guy know that he has PSG on Tuesday? Used everybody. Use Van Dijk, use Konate, use Kekes, use Gravenberch, Slobo Slide, Vat, Ekitike, Salah, every damn person, and he still got white.
I think for Ancelotti,
So should we just step here, Jema, worry? Vashkela, Dembele, don't even come. We have considered, because I mean, if he uses this is the starting level I expected him to use against PSG, right? He used it against Man City that have never entered GM very well, and he collected 4.
Yeah, for Ancelotti, if you look at Ancelotti and Liverpool, I think he knows that the season is gone for him. He knows.
Should this guy keep his job at the end of the season? Because he has royally screwed up this season for Liverpool.
Well, we can't really. We can't let me be the devil's advocate here. You can't really blame him. Injuries.
So many players too.
I mean, so Fulham is this season has been.
Can you compare the injury host with Arsenal, or even with Tottenham?
It's the player they bought with huge amount of money, Isak, that's injured. Their goalkeeper is one of their most reliable players, also out injured. Right back, Frimpong, in and out with injury. The second choice right back, also in and out with injury. So, and also the players, they are out of form this season.
I just believe one of the issues I'm having with Ancelotti is too basic and too straightforward like Ruben Amorim. And for you to be a prolific Premier League coach, you have to be complex enough to be switching tactics. You can't be playing all out against everything. You wanted to play this in for Manchester City, you are playing all out at the Etihad. At times, even during the club era, at times they will just sit back, play on the counter against City. So, Ancelotti, if you look at almost all his games, there's this type of approach he likes playing with, and he's not ready to change it. High-line defense, pressing on opponents, all player out, press from the front, in all of these things. And at times,
is it a Dutch thing? Because I remember Ten Hag also was about pressing back. It's one of the reasons why he had the fallout to Ronaldo, because Ronaldo was not willing to do the press on the front. Striker started the press thing. Is this a Dutch thing that this is fundamental?
I think for Dutch managers, you kind of see to them that they are strong-headed. They don't really. It's what they want. They want to do. So they want to change. I think for Slot right now, is having issues with transitions. Like when they are transitioning from attack to defense, like they want to defend. There's not always players in midfield.
And at times, if you want to play high line, you need to know your defense line. You have old men, at your centre backs, and you are still playing that line. The pace is no longer there. The energy is no longer there for both centre backs. It's not as if you have a centre back like Michi Van de Ven that are very fast and the likes, and you are still playing high line with those guys. So you I don't know, slots. Well, it depends on Liverpool anyways, because I don't think is it really under pressure? Let's ask ourselves.
Well, so many Liverpool fans are calling for the sack of Slot and the bringing on board of Xabi Alonso. So,
well. Let's see.
Oh well, I will keep our fingers crossed. If it's looking now from the semi-final appearance that Manchester City may be winning the domestic double, could we call this a successful season? I mean, they already have the Carabao Cup. It looks like they'll have the FA Cup. Could we call this a successful season?
With FA and Carling Cup,
a season that is good enough for him to buy out.
With FA and Carling Cup, it's a successful season already.
Okay, all right. Just so you know, the semi-finals of the FA Cup, the draws have been held, and maybe I should lucky us now. They would have been thinking about another game against Manchester City now, which would have meant that at least 2 more games against Manchester City this season. But then Arsenal out now. It's going to be Southampton against Manchester City at the Wembley Stadium, and it's going to be Chelsea against Leeds United. Leeds defeated West Ham on penalties. It ended. In fact, Leeds messed up because they lost a 2-goal lead within 3 minutes. 90 plus 3 minutes, 90 plus 6 minutes. And it had to go into extra time and penalties. But then what would be they got into their first FA Cup semi-final in I think about 50 or 52 years. thereabouts. So congratulations to Leeds. They take on Chelsea. They have done it against Chelsea before, so Chelsea fans should not think that they're in the final, but then I guess we'll find out.